I really don't care what happens to her at all. I don't care. Like, everybody they tiptoe around with this social media. But what y'all don't get is that it be real consequence for y'all little flexes, y'all quick flexes for $300 that you need. It be consequences for that.
No parent ever wants to face the moment when their child chooses to run. But for Teyana Taylor, that nightmare just became real. Her daughter, young, emotional, and overwhelmed, reportedly packed a bag and ran away from home, straight into the arms of Iman Shumpert. Now, the internet is spinning with wild theories, shocking accusations, and questions nobody wants to ask out loud. What would drive a child to leave her mother's house? What did she hope to find with her father? And more importantly, what did she leave behind? It wasn't supposed to be like this. Teyana and Iman's breakup had been public, yes, but also painfully mature. They never dragged each other online. No mess. No bitterness. Just two parents insisting they would always prioritize their daughters. From the outside, their co-parenting looked solid, loving, balanced. But behind the scenes, things were starting to shift. Friends noticed a different energy. Rumors of Teyana spending more time with a new man started spreading. Quiet at first, whispers. A photo here. A late-night event there. Nothing confirmed, but enough to make people wonder. Meanwhile, Iman stayed mostly in the background. Still involved. Still showing up. But more protective than ever. The love they once had turned into a quiet, emotional tug-of-war. And now, it seems, that pressure has started spilling over into their daughter's world. According to a family source, the moment everything changed came on a regular day. Nothing dramatic. No shouting match. No meltdown. Just a tense, emotional disagreement between Teyana and her daughter. Maybe it had been building for a while. Maybe it was just a bad moment. But something cracked. The young girl, no older than elementary school age, reportedly packed a small backpack, just a few essentials, and slipped out while her mother was in another room. A neighbor later claimed to have seen her walking quickly toward the street, eyes fixed, tears in her lashes. She was allegedly headed toward a nearby pickup spot, where a rideshare driver unknowingly took her to a familiar address. When she arrived, Iman opened the door, and everything changed. He was stunned. Not angry. Not confused. Just still. She stood there, shaken, teary-eyed, breathing hard. She looked up and reportedly said, "I don't want to go back." That was all. And for Iman, that was enough. He brought her inside, wrapped her in a hoodie, and held her while she cried. And then he called Teyana. What started as a simple call to inform her turned into a heated exchange. Sources say voices were raised. Words were sharp. Tensions that had been held back for months finally snapped. Because this wasn't just a disagreement between two exes anymore. This was real. This was their daughter choosing where she felt safest. And it hit both parents hard. Iman's response afterward was calm but deeply emotional. He didn't scream. He didn't post cryptic captions or go live to air it out. But those close to him say they saw a different man that night. One caught between love and heartbreak. He sat with his daughter and gently asked why she left. Her answer reportedly broke him. She said, "I just wanted to be with you. It feels safe here." Safe. That one word hit different. It wasn't just about toys or snacks or fun. It was about something deeper. A feeling. A vibe. A sense of being seen and protected. For Iman, who's quietly struggled with feeling like a guest in his own children's lives since the split, that moment was both healing and devastating. Teyana, on the other hand, was described by those close to her as a storm of emotions. Furious, yes, but beneath that fury was a deep undercurrent of fear. It wasn't just about the incident itself. The moment her daughter spoke out in a way that startled so many, it was about what that moment could mean for the future of their family. People who know her say she's haunted by the possibility that her daughter might have been influenced by outside forces. Some suggest that members of Iman's family, perhaps unintentionally, have swayed the little girl's feelings or words. Others whisper about the vast world of social media and the internet, how easy it is for a child to absorb confusing or harmful messages from things she's seen online. This possibility terrifies Teyana. It makes her question her role as a mother and protector. She's begun to question everything about the environment she's created for her children. Is their home a place of emotional stability, or are there cracks she's been blind to? Has she missed signs that her children are struggling, quietly trying to signal distress in ways she hasn't yet recognized? The questions swirl in her mind, relentless and exhausting. Teyana hasn't directly addressed the incident publicly, choosing instead to share a cryptic message on her social media. A simple black square with white text that read, "Sometimes strength is found in silence." There was no caption, no additional explanation, but the timing of the post spoke volumes to those watching closely. It seemed to reveal a woman retreating inward, gathering strength and perhaps processing pain away from the public eye. Since that post, fans and followers have noticed something else. Teyana hasn't been seen out in public with her children. No photos of family outings, no casual snapshots shared on social media. The usual glimpses into their life together are absent, which has only fueled more speculation. Is she deliberately giving her children space to heal and adjust? Or is this distance a sign that she's slowly losing her grip as a mother amidst the turmoil? The silence is loud, and the absence of these everyday moments has become a new kind of story that people are eager to interpret. The internet wasted no time turning this already complicated situation into a full-blown wildfire of discussion and debate. Platforms like TikTok, Twitter, and YouTube exploded with opinions, emotional breakdowns, and personal reflections from people who saw pieces of their own experiences mirrored in this family's struggle. One viral tweet captured a sentiment shared by many. "Children always know whether love is real. No confusion." Another tweet offered a different perspective. That little girl wasn't running away, she was running towards something. Something she trusts. The online crowd was split, but many rallied behind Iman, praising him for being a present and consistent father in a world where that can sometimes feel like an impossible role. Hashtags like #ProtectIman, #SafeWithDad, and #LetHerChoose started trending, reflecting a collective desire to support his relationship with his daughters. But support wasn't unanimous. Not everyone sided with Iman. Some accused him of unintentionally creating an emotional divide in the child's life. His quiet, steady presence, while comforting to some, may have made the little girl feel torn between two very different worlds, each with its own expectations and loyalties. Meanwhile, Teyana faced fierce criticism from others who accused her of prioritizing her romantic relationships over her children's emotional needs. These critics argued that introducing new partners too quickly or without enough transparency might be destabilizing for her daughters. However, there were also voices pushing back against this harsh judgment, reminding the public that children often don't understand the full consequences of their actions. Their behaviors and reactions usually stem from feelings, fear, confusion, loyalty, not cold logic. Parenting after divorce, they said, is a battlefield of emotions where no one really wins without scars. With emotions running high and opinions flying from all sides, the theories began to swirl, as they always do when moments like this play out in public view. One theory circulating online suggested that the daughter had been planning this moment for days, maybe even secretly texting her father, Iman, on a tablet or phone to coordinate or express her feelings. Others speculated that she overheard something, perhaps an argument between adults, or a passing comment, that made her feel unsafe or unwanted in her own home. Such moments can have outsized impacts on children, leading to sudden, unexpected reactions. Some fans believe this incident will be the turning point that pushes Iman to fight harder, possibly for joint custody or even increased visitation rights. They imagine that seeing such a raw display of emotional conflict from his child might fuel his determination to be even more involved in their lives legally and emotionally. Conversely, others worry that this could deepen the rift between Iman and Teyana. What started as a painful private moment might spiral into public courtroom battles or media spectacles, with both parents becoming entrenched in their positions. Yet amid the noise, many are simply praying for therapy or counseling, something to help this fractured family find common ground again. Because while the parents wrestle with their feelings and decisions, it's the child who is caught most painfully in the middle of it all, left to navigate confusion and divided loyalties far beyond her years. This moment shines a spotlight on the complexities of blended families and co-parenting after separation. It reminds everyone that beyond public perceptions and social media debates lie real human emotions, vulnerabilities, and the challenge of balancing love, loyalty, and healing. What happens next will require not only legal decisions but emotional bravery from everyone involved. It demands that adults look past their own hurts and egos to center the needs of their children, who are the most fragile and impacted by the emotional turbulence swirling around them. The uncertainty about the future looms large. Will this family find a way to heal? Will the parents come together to rebuild trust and safety for their children? Or will the moment mark a further fracture, leaving lasting emotional scars? No one can say for sure yet, but what remains clear is the urgent need for compassion, understanding, and support, for the children who simply want to feel loved and secure, and for the parents who must navigate the difficult path of love that looks very different than it once did. And that's what makes this story so painful. It's not just about a runaway incident. It's about a child who reached her breaking point in silence, who didn't scream or act out, but instead packed a bag and walked toward the one place she felt safe. It's a reminder that kids feel everything, even when adults think they are protecting them. The tension, the quiet sadness, the distance, it all sinks in. Iman's home wasn't just a house. It was her message. A message that maybe the peace she craved wasn't where she lived anymore. And now, both her parents are left sitting in the aftermath, wondering what she felt that they didn't see. Wondering how to fix what's already been fractured. And knowing that whatever they do next, she'll carry it for the rest of her life. So now I want to ask you, if your child ran away just to be with your ex, what would that tell you? Would it feel like a betrayal, or a wake-up call? Do kids really run from trouble, or run toward comfort? Drop your thoughts in the comments. Hit that like button if this one got under your skin. And don't forget to subscribe, because in family stories like this, the truth doesn't whisper. It screams.